Well, hello everybody, and we have a brand new show. This is every Thursday at 7 p.m. You will find me here in my own home studio. I hope you can join me, and please. I'm reading comments as we speak, but we've got Rachel here. So hi, Rachel. So yes, this is a brand new show. I'm committed to doing every Thursday at 7 p.m. So it'll be something crafty. We'll talk about some stuff. We'll have a play. We'll just have a little bit of fun. There's no selling involved. It is purely just for you guys, maybe to inspire you, to give yourself some ideas. Let's share some things that we've created. So I think this is going to be great. I'll give everybody a second to coming in now. We've got loads of people here. We have Nicola, Jane, hi Jane. We have Dina, Hazel Young, Crafty as L. I like that. And we have Olga as well. So yes, hello everybody. It's great to be here. I do have my aforementioned cup of coffee. So yes, I'll just give everybody a second before we do any creating or talking about things. So what has everybody been doing today? What was I doing today? So I was up at 6 a.m. and I was on the road all the way up to going to Redditch. So I spent most of the day in Redditch. I had a couple of meetings, doing some creating of stuff for tomorrow. I've got a TV show tomorrow. What else did I do? Oh, yes. So I've done that most of the day. Lots of plans involved. And then I had to drive back home to see my lovely wife. And yeah, had some dinner, and now we're going to do some creating. So it's cool. I don't know what everyone else has been doing. So, thank you, Olga. Olga saying she likes the t-shirt. Yes, this was actually a. So look, yeah, it was a birthday present. So yeah, thought I'd wear it. Yes. Oh, so great. Do you know what? Everybody's been here. It's so nice. We've got some of our cards. Katrina. I don't know how you pronounce that. But if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. So it's all about creating. It's all about sharing what I'm doing, having a bit of fun with some of the new products that I've got. And I've got a few new products that even I haven't had a play with yet. So even non-visible image stuff. So I've got some of my own stencils. I've got some, what have we got here? Oh, let's look. I've got some sprays, some of the new distress spritz sprays. Now, never used these before, so we're going to have a little bit of fun with that as well, I think. It's about time I use some things. It's great to be able to use stuff that you've already got, maybe in your craft room, maybe play with things that you've never thought of using before. I've got quite a few products that I've probably never touched, so I should be making sure I'm in my own mind that I'm going to do that this year. It's things that maybe I've bought but I haven't used yet. I've still got lots of distressed colours, lots of inks, lots of other things that I've never used yet. Maybe I didn't find a way of using them, or maybe I just haven't been inspired enough to use them. Jane's saying that was a busy day. Jane was just saying to me that it was a busy day for me. Yes, Redditch and back is quite. It's a 2-hour drive there, 2-hour drive back. So but you know, it's I can't say it's a job. It's something I love to do. I'm in a great position. I'm feeling very privileged and lucky. So great. Oh, that's right. Katrina saying that I pronounced it correctly. So thank you very much. So I won't waffle on too much. I know there's lots of people here. So let's have a look at. I had to drink a coffee. So please tell me, everyone, if you want me to do anything in particular in the future. Any questions that you've got on anything craft related, anything that I'm doing, anything that you want to know, just anything in general. Let's just have a chat. It's what we're here for. It's what I'm here for. So it's going to be a nice relaxed pace. There's nothing too strenuous in what I'm going to do tonight. Donna's here as well, so yeah, it's great to see everybody here, and it's really, really nice. So I'm thank you for this. I'm just having a drink of coffee. So, this is the first coffee of the day, actually. So, right, and it was a lovely cup of coffee made by my wife. So I think we'll make a start. Everyone's here, so it's great to see you. I'm gonna just turn the camera around and let's have a look at what. So I've got with me tonight, I've got a load of stencils. These are the new stencils which were released quite recently. And, you know, if anyone is interested, I'll talk about them a bit later on as to where you can get them, because I know there's some offers going on tomorrow on TV for them. So we're going to have a play with some stencils. Again, this is, you know, just having a play. You don't have to use these particular stencils if you don't wish to, but if you've got them, even better. I'm going to see what I've done so far is, let me just get this for you, sorry. I have some of the things we've got here. Sorry to be away from the camera, but I needed to show you these things. So if you haven't already seen, we've done lots of things with the stencils, these stencils, whether it be creating stuff on MDF, or yeah, anything, any project, or maybe card making, but there's lots of ideas. This is one I did as well. So yeah, there's lots. Our design team have created some amazing things. So, but I'm going to go back to basics. So what I'm going to try and do is just go back to basics. I'm going to do some card making, make some cards. I'm going to spray some card, going to create some backgrounds. Then I'm probably going to put some texture paste through that and maybe spritz it up. And I want to do a very clean, I say clean and simple, a very simple card, but it's not going to be ultra clean. So let's have a play. Rachel's telling me don't stick any paintbrushes in the eye. Yeah, that's I've done that with water. I've done that with water many a time. Although I never got as far as drinking it, so that's good. Right, so I'll move these things out of the way, and then we can get to doing some creating. So the first thing I want to do is decide on what I'm going to use tonight. First of all, this is not going to be kind of crafty-okey, so you can't just say, "Oh, please use this one." I'll choose one, and then we'll just kind of go with the flow. So I think the first I'm going to use is, I'm going to create some backgrounds first. So I've got some white card blanks, just some square pieces of card, which are going to be used with the stencil. I'm going to put I'm going to spray them. I may put texture paste through them. What I like to sometimes do is, and now I don't know about you guys, but whether you normally create your background and then put the texture paste on top, or sometimes do you do the texture paste first and then spritz over the top? You can do it either way. Obviously you're going to get a slightly different effect either way you do it. I'm going to probably try both ways. So, I'm just reading a comment from Donna. She's saying that she should put her paintbrush in her gin. Ooh. Not ooh to the gin, but that's probably a waste of gin. Right. So I'm going to move these out of the way, and I'm going to get one card blank. And what the first thing I'm going to do is, do you know, I'm not sure which one I'm going to use first. I think, yeah, I might use the numbers. I do like numbers. So what I might do first is I'm going to create the background, and I'm going to do quite a few tonight. So we'll see how far we get with these. So let me just put that round about there so you can see what I'm going to be doing. And the first thing I'm going to do is get my glasses on, and then we can have a play. Now I've got lots of sprays here. So I've got normal distress sprays, and then I've also got some of the distress spritzers as well. So I might combine those to make something completely different. So let's have a play. Now, first things first is the first one I'm going to do is I'm going to put the stencil over the top of my card, and what you're going to do is get your palette knife. I've got a few different palette knives, so get yourself a palette knife, and I'm going to need some texture paste. So I think the colour I'm going to use, first of all, is I'm going to use some black. So this is the first colour I'm going to use. So I'm just going to use some black texture paste through this, and then I'm going to spritz it with some colour as well. So we're going to put this down here. Let me just get some tape, and I'll tape it down. Ivy's here as well, so hello Ivy. Oh, Jane says she does exactly the same thing. So again, you know, there is no set rule on how you create your backgrounds, and I presume sometimes the texture paste does react differently depending on which order you do things. Ivy's saying this is why I have a ramekin. Ah, that's a good idea. Is that the kind of ramekins that you used, that you maybe bought those lovely desserts in? I've got loads of those. I've got loads of those. Right. So I'm just taping down my stencil. I'm going to take the edges as well, because sometimes what you don't want to do is don't want to get the paste under the side of the stencil, which is sometimes I'm prone to do. I mean, it can happen, but you just got to kind of live with it and go for that kind of grunginess effect that you're after. So I'm just going to put this down this side. Okay, right. So we're going to get some texture paste. Again, this is the Distress Tim Holtz one. Again, I've got a few different kinds of pastes today. So I've got some clear, I've got some glittery as well. So we're going to have a play with a few different ones, see what we can create tonight. So again, I'm just getting my paste, I'm just going over the top of the stencil. Again, if you don't want to make it absolutely perfect, just, you can miss out parts of it if you want to. If you want that more of a kind of grungy look, it's entirely up to you how you do this. Again, I'm going to miss out some parts because I think I like that look. So it doesn't have to be perfect. The less perfect, the more perfect it is. Jane is saying the black texture paste is the biz. Is that right? I do like black texture paste. Yeah, it's probably black and white. I've got some clear here, so I'm going to try having a go with some clear as well. And I've got some glow in the dark paste. Which one's that one? Something I haven't actually used. I bought it and I haven't used it yet. Anybody else used that? Has anybody used that? The grit paste, the glow in the dark one? Haven't tried that. Perfect for Halloween though, isn't it? So yeah, it'd be nice to know if anybody's used that and what they thought of it. I wonder. And has anybody mixed it with different colours maybe? Right. Yeah, because it's got a let's have a look. It's got, what's it got there? Let's have a look. It has got, yeah, it's got a slightly greeny, tingy glow to it, obviously, because it's going to glow in the dark. But I'm just wondering whether you can mix it with colour as well. So yeah, that looks. I always smell my paste. It didn't smell. It smells quite sweet actually. Not edible, but it smells sweet. Okay, so let me just remove this now. Should take that off, and we'll just see what we've got here. Okay, just take your time. Again, if you're new to stenciling, then it's a great way to, especially people who maybe have lost their mojo, is you're not having to create anything in particular. Although I will try and do something with this. Even if it's not straight away, put it to one side, use it at a later date. It's absolutely great for that. What I've done is I've got a bucket of water here, which I'm placing my stencil in because I will have to wash all these out afterwards. So then you get this lovely, let me just move the camera in a touch. Let's have a look. Okay, so there we go. So we've got this lovely kind of texture going on. It's not perfect because I don't want it to be perfect. The numbers are actually kind of called grunge numbers. So yeah, you can just have a play with that. I do like that as well. So I'm gonna dry this artificially. Normally you would let it dry normally, but with this obviously doing some demonstrations live. Yeah, you want to kind of just be careful when you're drying it. Okay, so Crafty Azelle is saying that she creates her backgrounds first and then the paste afterwards. Oh right, okay, that's interesting. Is that because you've always done it that way, or maybe you've done it a different way? Experiment. You want to try and experiment, see what happens. And Ivy's saying about that she forgot about texture, glow in the dark texture paste. Yeah. What do you mean you've got a mess? Ivy, I'm sure your craft room is not a mess. I'm sure it's perfect, like mine. Actually, I've actually tidied. I say tidied it. I did tidy it. It's a mess again. I'm doing some. What am I doing tomorrow? I've got a couple of TV shows tomorrow afternoon and evening. So yeah, I'm just touching that now just to see. It's not 100%, but it's kind of pretty much. It's good enough. Might just give it another blast. Again, this is where I could have put this to one side and done another one, But let's do one at a time, shall we? Because there's absolutely no plan in what I'm doing tonight. This is all about having a play. There's no, you know, do you know what? It's great to be able to communicate with everybody as well. I like seeing all the comments. Jane is saying glow in the dark is great for alien cards. Ooh, now that's a good one. We do have an alien stamp set, which is I absolutely adore. So this is it. It's pretty much dry now. It's cooling down. I think we'll go with that. So this is where we're going to spray it now. Now, again, I've got lots of different sprays here in front of me. I've got random colours, so I don't have a plan. This is all going to be, you know, learning as I go as to how things are going to mix together. Again, it's all about fun. So, I mean, if you want to, feel free to join in. Just grab some card, grab a stencil, and yeah, you can either watch or join or do both. So the first colour I'm going to use some fossilized amber. I'm thinking this is kind of a grungy one, so maybe it's going to be, could be for a masculine. I'm thinking masculine at the time. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be. So we're going to spray some colour on this. See what we get there. I always like fossilized amber. I've got a couple of these actually. Might use a little bit of rusty hinge on there as well. And these are these aren't the oxide versions. This is just the spray stains, the water-based ones. But I do have some of the oxides as well. And again, it's always good to mix things up a bit if you want to. So just have a little spray there. Okay, I do like that. And sometimes I can dry in between if I want to, or maybe I'm just going to add another colour here. So I might dry in between this particular one. I'm going to add another. I think I'm going to add another third colour. Hazel said she's looking forward to my shows tomorrow. Well, thank you, Hazel. It's nice to be able to, you know, do TV shows and share ideas. Again, like tonight, you know, I'm having a play. You know, thank you very much for joining me. This is all about having fun again. You know, bringing fun back to something that, you know, my crafty kind of background in history. It kind of started. You know, I did love art and craft, but then I came into it quite early on. You know, from a business point of view. So, I mean, many years ago, I used to have my own craft shop. I actually started my, let's just change this camera just a second. So yeah. So a bit of background. I think I started selling craft products, oh crikey, must be over 20 years ago, back on eBay, back in the day, a long time ago. So, and that actually spiraled from a love of other things on eBay. I used to sell other products on eBay. I'm very geeky, so I was into comics and things. So I used to buy and sell comics. So then it ended up being buying and selling craft products. And then I decided that it'd be great if I bought a stamp machine. So I bought my very first stamp machine, learned how to make stamps, and this is where we are today. 20 years later. So yeah, very, you know, it's a long process, but you know, it's not where I was gonna go. So it's where I've ended up, and I actually love what I'm doing. And that's the thing, you know, sometimes it takes a long time to end up doing what you really love, and that's okay. Right, I'm just gonna slightly clean up my mess after me. So we'll just clean that out of the way. Now, those eagle-eye people would probably get a tag and kind of mop it up with something, but not tonight. So let's put this back here. Again, it's quite nice as it is, but I'm going to add a little bit more to it. And so I'm looking at what colours I'm going to use here. Now, I know I've got this spice marmalade spritz. This is a new one. Look, it hasn't even been this spice marmalade. It hasn't even been shook up yet, so yeah. So brand new. I've only just taken off the seal just now, about 5 minutes before we went live. So I might use a bit of that. So yeah, I think I'm going to spray a little bit of that on, just a little. I don't know how this is going to work, how it's going to react. It's all new, so let's have a look, see what happens. Oh, I see. We do have, in fact, it's quite shimmery. I do quite like that. So you may not be able to see that on the camera yet, but once I dry it, I'm sure you will. Oh, there we go. You can start to see, it's a little bit wet now, but you can start to see there's a little bit of shimmer going on there, which I like that indeed. Now, I did say about using another colour. This is where you think, oh, it looks great, stop there. But no, Mark is never one to shy away from going in with another colour. Let's try, oh, I like that one. So maybe this one here. A little bit of Savage Patina. I know, lots of people say you're supposed to, I think you're supposed to do this first and not kind of shake, but I know, Jane, life's too short sometimes. I can't do it. Right. And this is going to be quite subtle. Once I dry it, I think it's going to end up quite nice. So I'll just go back in there now. It's one of those colours that, you know, you can actually fall in love with quite a lot. I like this colour. And this is the one I've just used is the oxide version. I'll just get that for you now so you can see. So yeah, this oxide version, so obviously you're going to have that slight kind of chalky look that you're going to get on top, which I really like. Can everyone see that? Shake it really well. Okay, Jane. I mean, we've got you know, Visible Image has got a fantastic design team, and they're always giving me ideas and hints and tips about certain things and products. So, you know, sharing, that's what it's all about, is having a lot of sharing involved. Now, this is starting to come together to something quite nice, actually. Again, you know, maybe you could stop there, he says. Or maybe add a little bit more on, I'm not sure. And sometimes I think I'm going to use a little bit of this one. Let's have a look at this one. Let's have a look at Lost Shadow. Shake it really well. Oh, I see. That's a very subtle colour, that is. Okay. Never used that one before. It's always a first for that one. And, you know, I think I'm going to just... a hint of warmth. Go against my better nature now. I'll have a little bit of warmth from there. Oh, there we go. And just that bit there. Right, and we'll have a little bit of water on there. Just make that run just a little bit. Okay, so now it's when you dry it. Now, I'm not sure whether this would be classed as a masculine or feminine. It's entirely up to you how you want to use it. But I think it works both ways because I've added that picked raspberry in there as well. It's always knowing when to stop. And, you know, I think I'm going to stop with this one at the moment. I'm not going to do any more colours on this now. I think I'm getting it to a nice place where I like that. Just move that out of the way. Oh, Jane is telling everybody what her 3 favourite colours are. That'll be very interesting, Jane. What are they? I need to know. Savage Patina, I do like. Yeah, I like that one. Do you know what other one I like? And I don't even think I've got any left. It's what is the colour that goes? It's like blue and brown. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a really cool colour. Oh, I know. I'll tell you what one I like. This one, Frayed Burlap. I do like that colour. That's a great one. It's a kind of strange one. It's kind of blue and it's also kind of brown. But that's a great colour. I'm not going to use that tonight, but that's a great colour. I love that one. So now we have this gorgeous background. Again, I might this is the kind of thing now where you can just basically, if you wanted to, you could stop right there. You could put it onto a card, maybe put a lovely sentiment on there. So what I will do is I'm just going to get, I've got a card blank here, and I'm going to create some kind of card backs, and then I might put sentiments on them afterwards. So let me just stick this down to here. Again, it's a great first one to create. Again, this is where we are just having fun. There's no agenda. I'm just playing. If you want to join in, please do. Or if you want to share anything that you've made using these particular products or any others, then it's great to be able to share those as well. Right, so I'm using this is my rather dirty ATG gun. It's a great gun. I mean, I don't know what everybody else. What does everybody else use? Do you know what? I get kind of I get teased. I get teased in up at Hobby Baker for using this. I'm not sure why, and I also get teased on TV but I love this. It's absolutely fantastic. If you're sticking lots of products down, it's great because it's got like 50 meters on a roll, so you can kind of go on and on. Yeah, I mean, this is one of my go-to products that I use all the time. Again, it's quite easy to open up. You open it up, you just change the reel, close it back down again, and it's just like that. It's so easy. So I've got that. So yeah, that's what I like. Oh, the other thing I do like to use for gluing things down is, what's that? Oh, I used Cosmic Shimmer glue as well. So I do like that. So I'm just reading. Yes, reading the first. Oh, so right, did Jane? Oh, so Jane is saying that what's her first favorite three colors? So salvage patina. We've got Mermaid Lagoon and Mustard Seed. But I honestly love the whole palette. So you don't have those three because I'm sure you use more than those three all the time. Nicola's saying, oh, she forgot about using distressed glazes. Distressed glaze. Do you know what? That's another product. I've got that, and I've never used it. I've never used it. In fact, it's on my shelf here. I've never used distressed glaze. Must use that now. So I'll use that on another, maybe next week. Yeah, that's great. Cosmic Shimmer glue is I love Cosmic Shimmer glue. I suppose you use something that you're used to and you know works. It's each to their own. There's lots of people who use their own products or something completely different, but it's always nice to be able to share what you use. I mean, sometimes people don't know what is the best thing to use. So I'm just trying to get this central. Okay, I think we're good to go there. And I'm just going to turn it over, press down. And there, we've got a kind of first kind of card background. Now, this is great. I'm making these, so these are probably 11 centimeters. So what is that in inches? That's a good one. Good question. Who's going to get? Oh, there we go. 11 centimeters. So that's about just under 4.5 inches. So it's quite a small card, but I think that's quite cute. Again, put a nice little sentiment on there, maybe masculine or feminine, and then easy to put another sentiment on the inside. So that is a lovely little one to start off with. So that's the first one where I've kind of basically done the texture paste first and then sprayed the background. So I think this time next we're going to do the background and then put texture paste on top and see what we get. So let's put this one to one side and we'll create something else. So let's get another card blank. This one here. It's a shame that we need some kind of AI program that will read the comments out for me as I'm creating, so I don't have to kind of stop. But it's nice to be able to see what everybody else is doing. It's great, and it's great to have so many people here watching. So thank you very much. If you're on Facebook, then sometimes I may not be able to see what your name is, but I think it looks like it's working pretty good at the moment. So that's great. Again, that's quite let me just zoom in on that a second so you can just see before I swap on to the next one. I love these cameras, they work pretty good. Okay, so there you can see this nice and close up. Again, wasn't trying to go for the perfect finish on this, especially with the numbers. Again, you know, leaving some of those out makes it look even better, I think. Yeah. Again, if you want to, you could possibly go over the top of that with different products, but this is really, really nice. So that's the first one. Right, let's create another one now. This time I shall spray the background first and then we'll put some paste on top. Maybe I'll use a different colour. Sorry everybody, got cold coffee now. So there we go. I'm missing some of the comments here. Finger lift tape and wiggling. Jane and Ivy are talking about finger lift tape and wiggling. Do you know what? I never use finger lift tape. That's me. Do you know what I used to use all the time? Before I started using an ATG gun and Cosmic Shimmer glue, do you know what my go-to product was all the time? Foam pads. Never use them anymore. Never use foam pads anymore. I tell you what I do use. 3 types of glue I use is obviously the Cosmic Shimmer glue. I used my ATG gun for taping things down, the double-sided tape. And the third product I use is silicone glue, the 3D glue. Fantastic product. I know Pinflare have got the glue, and I know Crafter's Companion have that same, a very similar product. So those are my 3 go-to glues. Right, so let's have a look at what we're going to create now. Now, obviously I'm going to go for a completely different colour this time. Oh, Janine's here as well. That's all right. It's fine. You can watch it later on. It's not a problem. nice for you to be here. If you just arrived, I've just created this little background here. This card, again, nothing too complicated, but you'll be able to watch that back afterwards and to see exactly how I created this. This whole evening is a new weekly show. So it's basically a weekly show where I am just creating stuff, sharing my ideas with you guys. It's all about having a little bit of fun, creating stuff, sharing stuff. I want to be able to inspire you guys, and likewise, I want you to be able to inspire me, because sometimes I'll see something that you've created and I'll go, wow, I've got to swipe that idea, as they say. And swiping is a polite way of saying that I appreciate it and you're inspiring me to create something similar or even better, or not as better. Who knows? It's all about sharing. So that's what I love to do. And we're going to get back to basics. If you're a beginner, great. If you're more experienced, then you probably know a lot of this stuff. But it's still nice to be able to show and share what people are creating. So the next one I'm going to create is. So we're doing it this way. So we did texture paste first and then spritz. Now we're going to spritz and then put texture paste on top. So, and we're going to go for totally different colours. Try not to repeat myself. So the first colour I'm going to go for is, I'm spoiled for choice here. I think I'm going to go for might use a wilted violet, or maybe make it a very feminine card. Ooh. So we could go ultra pinks here. I'm thinking pinkish now. So I've got an idea now. I think I'm going to go for pinks in the second one, and we'll see what we get on this. So this is the spray stains. Again, just a bit of a spritz there. I'm not being too fussy as to the colours, or I think I'll have a little bit of that violet as well. Just a bit of a pop there. Now, the Kitsch Flamingo. Need to shake this one. This is the oxide. So I'll spray that a little bit more. I do like the way these colours just mix and combine. I know you can put water on there as well, but I'm going to hold it there just for a second And I'm just going to dry this off a sec. So I'm just holding it down with my tool. Normally I've got the inkiest fingers ever. And it's interesting that sometimes you just don't know how those colours will react with each other, which is part of the fun. It's part of the fun of creating stuff. Even when you think you remember the colours, sometimes you're going to have to write them down because you forget. And then sometimes when you finish, you think, either you like it or you don't like it. So there's lots of ways that you can improve something if you don't like it. I'll have to show you some of those tricks when I find something that I really don't like. So far, we haven't got that far yet. So just quickly drying this off. Again, sometimes if you let it dry naturally, you're going to get a slightly more intense colour. So let's just wipe this up. Tissue, so take that off there. And have a bit of a clean. I am trying to keep my work area tidy. I am certainly not the cleanest crafter in the world. I don't know what everybody else is like. I'm just wondering, Jane, are you a clean crafter? Are you a very clean crafter? I've got that feeling you are, but I'm not. Right, so I kind of like that, but maybe it's not bright enough for my liking. We'll see. You might have to go in with another colour, which is the whole point. Let's have some fun. Oh, now what have I got here? What's this one here? Oh, that's one lipstick. Not sure that's going to be. Oh, that's a picked raspberry. These are the new spritz sprays. Now, I think they're quite new and haven't been out very long. I have not even I haven't even taken the packaging off them properly yet. I was rushing to start the show, and I know I had these are brand new, so I thought I'd get them out. Is there a ball in these? There is, isn't there? Oh, there is a ball, right. Yeah, Jane is pretty good. She must be very... I gathered that Jane was a clean crafter. You'll have to come down, Jane, and show me how to keep my craft area clean. Oh, okay. Craft along. Now that's a good idea. Who would like to do it? Anybody would like to do a craft along? I think that would be a great idea, is doing a craft along. Lots of ideas to be able to share things, have people here possibly, or maybe in Redditch, who knows? We can do all kinds of things. So, I think possibly using this will actually kind of brighten this up a little bit, and into those spots maybe I want something a bit more brighter. Always scared to use this, but that looks good. So I'm just going to zoom in there just to show you. It's quite sparkly actually. So it's got this lovely kind of the shimmer going on. It's a little bit wet at the moment. I'm going to dry that now, but that is reacting with that colour very nicely. Okay, I'll dry that off. In fact, these seem to be more shimmery than have more mica in them than the mica sprays. Would you agree with that, Jane? They seem to be very sparkly. I'm just trying to work out what the difference between the two is. Do you know? I don't know whether you know. So let's have a look at this now. Let's just wipe down. Okay. Now, can you see how shimmery that is? Isn't that nice? That's really, really nice. I'm impressed about how the Pick Raspberry Shimmer goes so well against the Wilted Violet. That's kind of a nice touch there. I like that. Are you saying just need some blue? What, on this? I don't. Do you know what? I don't think I'm going to put any blue. I don't think I want to put any blue on that. I'm going to. I think it's going to be less. It's going to be less bluey, pinky. I think there's enough on there. I think. Quite like that. Okay. Let's go back. Right. Now is where we're going to get another stencil, and I'll choose which one is going to appeal to my. That will go well with this. Right. So a lot of choice here. Whether we've got home or butterfly. Might have that. Arts, no, I don't think that's going to be. I could put home. No, we got that. It depends on what texture paste I've got and which one I'm going to use. So we'll have a look now. Right. Do you know? I think I might use the heart. So this is going to. I think that's going to go with the top. Do I use the heart? Yeah. I've decided that's what I'm going to use. So, right, okay. I'm just trying to understand. Hazel's saying it's mica in a clear liquid. Right, okay. What, so the spray's a clear liquid, is it? Spritz is very subtle. I'm trying to understand what the difference was between the two. And Ivy's saying her craft desk is about, well, it's the size of an A4 sheet of paper after she's filled it with stuff. So yeah, sounds like mine. Right, okay, I do like this. I do. So Jane is clarifying that they have no colour in the liquid. It's just mica, so it's sparkly, but it doesn't change the colours of the background. Ah, right. I see that. I understand that now. That's different. Okay, so we've got this lovely background for anybody who's just joined. I've just sprayed this, and now I'm going to add some texture paste on top this time. And I'm thinking of going for using the heart, quite possibly, because obviously it's pink. No particular reason. Now I've got some texture paste. So which one is this one? This is Cosmic. Oh, I've got a few different ones here. So I've got a transparent matte one. Oh, that's a nice one. Transparent matte. That sounds good. Oh, and it's still looking good. I like that. I like a paste when it's still working. There's nothing worse than when you get your texture paste out and it's all dried up. I think I threw away about 3 in mine this evening, just for that very reason. Maybe Jane's got some tips to keep. Anybody got any tips to keep them nice and moist? I'm not sure the reason why, but it's strange because some pastes you could just put the lid on and they'll last absolutely ages, and then others they will dry out. So I'm just taping my stencil down again. Try to get a straight mark. Right, let's put this here in the centre and put this over the top. Right. So again, this is, take your time. Just, oh, that smells lovely. Right, not a new thing. I don't want to start a strange craze of smelling your texture pastes. I'm sure there's some ink. Is it stays on that smells like marzipan? I'm sure it stays on ink. I'm sure that smells like marzipan. Maybe I'm wrong. People are saying different things about press and seal. What's press and seal, Hazel? Is that like a wax paper, or like cling film? Right. So this is a transparent matte texture paste. Right. Use it for stencil for defining shape. apply texture paste over desired area. Okay, cool. Use with texture tool. Colour can be applied onto dried texture paste or mixed into the paste prior. Ooh, that's a different one. Ooh, should I put in colour beforehand? No, let's go for clear. Because if I go for clear, we're going to get, we're going to be able to see through that a little bit. Just take this now. This is, again, texture paste is also very different. This one's like a fine cream. And I'm just making sure I go over this lovely now. Nice, 100% on this one. I'm trying not to miss any parts out of this one. Don't want to waste that. Okay. Right. So let's take my stencil and get it off. Again, don't forget to put your stencil straight into water. A few times I've forgotten that very thing about when I'm doing stuff in the studio or on TV, where I forgot to bring some water down to the set, and one of my stencils have gone really hard. It's really bad. So always remember to try and wash your stencil straight away or put them into water. Failing that, if you run out of that, I have kind of improvised and used like a couple of baby wipes, put them in, sandwich them in between baby wipes and sprayed them with water so they keep moist until I can wash them. That's a good idea. Right, so now this is one where you don't see it until it's dry. This is one of those subtle ones where you don't really see anything. Now what I might do is I'm going to artificially dry that, or maybe I'm going to just add in some glitter. That might be a nice touch to do with that one. So let's see what I got. So I've got some of this clear rock candy. I think I might put some of that on. That should give it, again, totally different look to the last one, which is good, because we don't want them all to look exactly the same. So I'm just going to sprinkle that. Now I suppose you could have mixed it in and that would have done exactly the same thing. I should have put some paper underneath this, but we'll just have to sprinkle it off now. Okay, right. So just sprinkle that on. Now it's going to need to dry that. I'm going to dry that a little bit quicker than normally. Oh, Anita saying stays on, yes. It smells more like, oh, bagel tarts. That must be the, what did I say it smelled like? Did I say it smelled like almonds? Move the camera so you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just quickly drying this artificially, and sometimes when you're drying it artificially you kind of end up with something new and unexpected, so I quite like sometimes the effects that you get from artificially drying this. So I'm actually slightly overheating this, and I'm having some of the texture paste pop a little bit and puff up. I think it looks quite cool. Again, it entirely depends on the look you're going for. Okay. So just flatten that down a touch there. There we go. So just get in with the camera there. Sometimes reflections don't show how cool things actually are. So you can see how that's kind of puffed up a bit now. Once that's dry, tempted to add in possibly some more colour there as well. It happens when you turn your back on. Right, I'm just trying to turn your back on Tim. don't know, luckily my right, okay. So now the question I ask myself is, what happens if I add a little bit more colour to this now? This is the right thing about asking myself this very question. So do I tempt fate and add some wetness and colour to it? I might just do that. So I might just use some more. This time though, I'm not going to spray on there. I'm going to spray onto my surface there. Get a little bit of water maybe. I'm just going to see what happens. Okay, that's interesting. In fact, this colour comes out really strange. Again, this is all about playing and seeing what happens when you do things that you never thought you should do or could do. Just going to add more colour to that now. Again, it's actually soaking up the colour, which is a nice effect I'm getting on there actually. I'm kind of liking that, so I'll carry on. And I might use, where's my other, right, not that one, this one here. Oh, I see, I've just spritzed a bit of that, I just spritzed that onto the, I can see that actually, it does have some colour. That's interesting to know. And let's get my other pick raspberry, there we go. Again, just have a little bit of fun. I'm going to pick up some of this colour here. I'm going to see where that takes us. Sometimes things work. Again, it's all about having a play, let things dry, see where it takes us. Again, maybe I wanted this less subtle than it actually was before, but I haven't actually used the clear for a long time, so it's nice to be able to grab things out, have a play, and see where that takes us. Let's just zoom out on that camera a second. There we go. See a little bit more there. Okay. Again, just go back in there, and again, this particular texture paste is actually absorbing that colour, which is different. I mean, I don't know whether it's because I was using it with the glitter at the same time. I don't know. But again, you can, as I say, you have to do something very serious before you think, no, this is no good. But there's always ways to alter things, to make it different. Again, there's no fail on this at all. You just carry on. And just follow your instincts, you know, follow your process and your gut. It's all about having a little bit of fun here. Again, this is very, I'm going back over that same colour because this one's a little bit darker. I've mixed in this other colour now. Again, I like how that's changed colour. Nothing like inky playtime, that is very true. So let's have a look at this now. Yeah, you can see how that has totally and utterly changed from what it was before. But that's nice as well. And you've got that kind of touchy-feely thing going on as well, which I do like. You know, it's quite raised. So I do like that. I'm going to clean up my mess, dry that up, and we're going to attach that to a card as well, and we'll do another one. So again, always good to play, do something different. You know, it's all about having fun. So let's have a look at this one, next one now. So just clean up. Okay. I did start with a clean desk. Didn't last long. Right. So I'm just going to dry this. Now, even when I dry it, it's probably going to change colours somewhat. and experimenting. You know, some things you learn from this, like I will probably learn that I'll do it in a different way. Maybe I would have put the glitter in. Again, it depends on what you're creating and who it's for. Okay. So we'll stop there. I think it's quite dry now. Yeah. And we've got another card blank. So I'll just take this one down. Too good. So right. So we've got a nice card blank. Again, having the black background there really does make that pop as well. Try to get it straight, Mark. I'm looking at my monitor as I'm doing this, so forgive me if it's not 100% straight. Most of the time I do it by eye. So again, something different. Again, you can put sentiment on there if you want to, but that's just another way of using these cool stencils. Again, one stencil is basically your card. So this one, totally different to that one, but again, equally cool. Right, so I think we'll do another one next. Yeah, I mean, you know, Rachel, I do love grungy stuff as well. Nicola's saying it takes her ages to decide on which gems or sequins to use. Yeah, I'm trying not to procrastinate anymore. I'll just go for it. If it goes well, it goes well. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Ivy's saying the husband face has started a Monday evening commitment thing. Want to try to make myself play in that time. All right, Monday, right. What's Monday face? I'm trying to work out what that means. Sorry, Ivy. Husband. Not sure what. Oh, Janine's saying lovely shimmer on it. Thank you, Janine. Yeah, I do like those shimmers. They're really, really cool. And it's, you know, sometimes it's hard to show on camera how cool that actually is, but there's two cool makes already. Let's do another one. Let's do one more, and then we'll stop for the evening, because I know how much time I'm taking up of yours, and I've already done two things, so I don't know how long it takes people normally to do things like this, but we'll do one more. So let's put these to one side, and we'll do a third. So I'm going to go. I'm thinking. I think in greens or darks. Greens. I think of greens. So I've got some cracked pistachio. Always nice to start with some colour like this. I'll look for my other greens. Oh, salvage patina as well. This is these the sprays. What other one? I'm looking for another dark green. Do you know what? I'm going to use this one. Pine needles. And that's an oxide one. So I'm seriously mixing this up, and I might dry that just a touch there, and then I'm going to add some frayed burlap to that as well. I mean, does everybody either follow a certain, you know, scheme? Do they know what colours they're going to use to start off with, or do you all just kind of make it up as you go along? I know some people, like Jane's got a favourite 3 colours. Does anyone else say, right, you know, out of your comfort zone, just choose different colours that you wouldn't normally use? Oh, Jane's having to go. Sorry, Jane. No problem. I'll catch you again. Thank you for joining us anyway. So I've used a couple of greens here. I'm going to try this frayed burlap, which is kind of greeny brown. It's quite a cool colour though. I do like this one. So it just now it's definitely darker than what I thought it was going to be, which is good. That's fine. I like that. And then I'm going to use some crushed olive. Again, this is colours that possibly, these are the things that maybe you normally use, and that's all good because I like to have a play with things that I possibly wouldn't use. And since I've had these new mica sprays, obviously I need to make sure I do use them. I'm just looking at them. Oh, there's a peel paint. Do you know what? I don't even think I've got peel paint spray, so I think I'm going to have a play with that in a second. I'm just going to dry this to see what kind of colour I'm going to end up with. Again, sometimes I mop up my colours, other times I just let them pool. Brenda's saying it depends if I'm just playing or making a special card. Oh, right, okay. So, if you're making a special card, do you know what you're going to go for straight away? Or do you kind of like spray on a piece of scrap card and then see if it'll work? I'm really interested in the thought process about how everybody goes about creating something. It's really interesting. So, these are completely and utterly random colours. I might even use some yellow on that as well. What kind of, a little bit of mustard seed. Or maybe I'm thinking this is possibly, this could be Christmassy, possibly. I'm thinking it could be Christmas or maybe Halloween. So I'm thinking to myself, do I want to use that or do I want to use an orange? That's a good question. Spice marmalade. I'm thinking of this got me going for Halloween now. Don't want too much. Come on. My spice marmalade is definitely not is definitely plain up. Look how gunked up that is. I need to go and wash some of these out. But I do like that nice colour orange. I might a bit of fossilised ivory just to make that a bit more Halloweeny. And I do have that orange spray as well. Let's have a look. Barn door, double barn door. So, what? Aha! The spritz, the spice marmalade spritz, which is a nice one as well. So just a little bit more on there, just to sparkle that up. Now I think I'll be able to use this. This is a great background that I'm thinking of. Definitely Halloween. It's in my head now. There's been nothing but Halloween on TV at the moment, so and it's all in the shops as well. I can't believe it's Halloween again, to be honest with you. It comes around so fast, or maybe like all the seasons do. So as I'm drying this off, it's definitely fading out a bit more, so that's exactly what I'm after. Of course, I'm thinking Halloween, but I'm not going to use a Halloween stencil, so I'm going to think about what stencil I'm going to use next. So I'm just drying this off a little bit more. Now, isn't it cool that they never ever, they'll dry completely different to what you had in your mind? So I'm just clean that up, clean my mess up. Yeah, that's looking really, really nice. So I'm just zoom in on there. Okay, so we've got this. There we go with the camera now. We've got this kind of like sheen going on there, which is nice. Again, in fact, in some parts it's very much a little bit goldish, isn't it? It's really, really cool. I like that. And again, you could probably use that for lots of things, maybe underwater as well, which would be cool. So we're going to get a stencil, and I'm going to choose wisely, he says. So I'm thinking possibly I'm going to use the word, so finish off with possibly the word art. I do like that one, so I think I'm going to use art. And I'm going to use, I'm looking for my white texture paste, and I'm thinking that I haven't got my hands on it, so I'm going to improvise. I'm going to use some black again, but this time I'm going to show you a product that I purchased a while ago, which is a really cool little product, and it's not entirely it is for hobby, but it's not necessarily for card making, but I found a use for it, so it's a great thing to be able to share with you. So let me just take this down for you. I'm just going to take this down, and then we'll paste some black texture paste through that. I can show you how one of the ways of creating kind of a rust technique very, very simply, which is totally different to what I've seen before, and I was inspired by watching some videos on YouTube, again, which is a great place to look for any inspiration. I mean, you know, obviously TV is the first port of call for me, but then failing that, if you can't find what you're wanting or you want to be inspired further, then there's lots of people on YouTube as well. Obviously, you know, it's great to show how things can be made. So I'm going to use some more of the black texture paste this time, and this time I'm going to go through this quite nicely. So just grab a blob of that, and we're just going to quickly paste that through the stencil. Again, you don't have to use a lot of this stuff, so it goes really far. Right, so we've got. Now, what you can do as well, if you like, if you want to have that more kind of a rustic look, sometimes it's good to do this. So you grab your paste, and if you don't want it really, if you don't want that smoothness, sometimes it's nice to make it look a little bit kind of rough. You kind of get these kind of swipey swoops through it. It looks really cool. It depends on what the look is you're going for, but sometimes that helps. So I'm having some swipes through that. I'm just going to remove this now. Okay. There. So we've got the word art, which is really cool, and we've got on this kind of greeny, this kind of mottled green kind of effect colour. Now, if you look really closely, I was trying to explain to you how sometimes that you don't want that ultra smooth across there. You swoop, and you're going to get those kind of like almost kind of like concretey brick look that you're looking for. Like, it's not perfect, and I like that. It's really, really cool. Really nice, that is. That's exactly the kind of look I'm going for. All those kind of like grooves and imperfections in it, make it really, really cool. So I'm going to dry this now. And then we're going to add one final product. So just give it a dry. I'm just reading. If I've missed anything, I'll be reading all of your comments afterwards. I really can't keep up with you. You're chatting away so much there, I cannot keep up, seriously. Ivy, you're doing a marvellous job there. She's batch printing invites. And Ivy's also saying, stencils are your friend, they are. Oh, Nicola's saying that my colours are great. Thank you, Nicola. So just giving this a little bit of a dry. Always good to touch it with your hand, just make sure you've got that dry. Sometimes dry from the other side as well. Okay, let's stop there. Okay, next thing we want to do is, this is the very last thing now, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it to my card blank first, then I'm going to apply this last product. So I've got my card blank, I'm just going to put that down here, and I'm going to tape this down. Again, this was a a fun evening, just having a play, creating stuff. Please do share any and all of your ideas with, either in the group or on Facebook. It's great to be able to see what everybody else is doing with their products, especially the visible image stuff. I really love to see what everyone else is creating. Right, so now we have this. Again, very simple but really cool and effective. Now let's kind of take it to another level. So what I want to do is, I've got a product here which I bought. Where did I buy this from? Now I don't remember where exactly I bought this product. I'm just finding which one it is. Right. So this product I bought is called, original title I know, Rust. It's by a company called Dirty Down. And it's kind of, it gives a rusty effect, the kind of rusty effect that you'll find that I created on, I'm sure you know, so on this, and you see that kind of rusty effect there on that. So that was done with this, and it's like, it's a water, if you paint it on and let it dry, it goes to a kind of like one colour. And then if you go over it again with the same stuff, it goes darker. And then if you don't like it, you can actually just wipe it off. It will actually wipe off. It's water soluble. So even after you've finished it, you can wipe it all off if you don't like it. So I'm going to just show you what I did with it. Now, one thing I would suggest is that you choose wisely a paintbrush that you don't mind getting rid of at some point. It could be an old brush that you're not too bothered about. I've got a few old brushes, or brushes that I've used for other products, which this one in particular, this is one of my Himi brushes, which I love, and I foolishly used, I shouldn't have used this brush because I do like this one, but I used it in my masking fluid, and if anyone knows what masking fluid is and what happens to it, it goes like rubber, and the end of it is kind of quite hard now. So. But I can use it for this, and that's all good. It's all good. So again, it's normally used. It's best to be used at room temperature, and it is. I should shake this first, shouldn't I? Let's take the lid off this. I don't know. I bought two, so this is possibly. So again, it's just a black brown liquid, and all you need to do is kind of dip your brush in, and then you kind of just add to where you want to. Rust to go. Let me just zoom in a second there, so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. There. That's pretty close up, I think. Right, let's have a look. So again, just dip your brush in, get some in your brush. Don't have too much, and then we're just gonna. I'm adding it to where the kind of creases are on here. Again, just where you think the rust may go, and you don't have to put too much on, but just take your time, and it will start to dry, and it will dry one colour, which kind of like, it's like a palish brown, but then you can go over it again, and it kind of becomes darker. It's really cool stuff. So I'm just going over this very lightly, and it you can't leave. I wouldn't leave the lid off it for too long, because it will start to. It kind of thickens up actually. So, which I do like this. So again, just take your time where you think rust may apply on there. Again, you're just going for this kind of full-on rusty look. Maybe this has been left out and it's worn. But what I'll do is I'll probably carry on with this, and I will show you what the end results are. I'll post the photographs of all the makes tonight online, so you can have a look to see them up nice and close, especially in photographs at different angles. Yeah, just again, not being too careful as to where things go. There's no right way or wrong way. It kind of dries really strange, like it kind of dries a little bit like alcohol ink, because it does dry very quickly. So I presume there's some kind of evaporating thing going on here, but it does look really, really cool. So you can just go on as much as you want or as little as you want. Yeah, I mean, this stuff is basically, I saw somebody using it on like models who make, like, you know, the kind of die-cast models, like army projects and you know, scaled kind of model making, and that's what they use this for. But I thought it was a really cool product, and you could definitely use this for us crafters as well, who want something a little bit darker and grungier. Again, you can apply a thin layer, come back in, and you do have to let this dry, and it'll dry quite brown, and then you go back in and it'll be darker, and that kind of gives it those kind of rust spots that you're after. So I'm just taking my time here. I'm going to stop soon, but I will carry on, and I will post those finished photos for you. I'll try and show you what it looks like at the moment. So this is where you start having that fun that everyone likes to have, this quiet time where you can do exactly what you want, and you know, you're making the difference to your product. So I'm going to stop there. Yeah, it is really cool. I think this bottle is possibly about £7. Oh, my fingers are a bit browny already. Yes, maybe £6 or £7 for this little bottle. It's not huge, but it's pretty cool. Now they do have another one which is called, surprisingly enough, which is the other one? This is the other one as well. This one's called Verdigris. So yeah, that goes kind of like a greeny colour. So combine the two of them, and you're going to get something pretty cool and amazing. Now I'm going to stop there. I'm going to let that dry, because it will dry a lot lighter. I'm not going to dry it artificially because I don't want to ruin it. But I'll just come back to the front camera here. So just zoom out a second. So as you can see, we've done 3 different projects. So we've done something kind of like very massive. Look at my mess already. So we've got this one here. We've got these 2 as well. So we've got that one, which is quite nice. And then we'll sandwich that in between with that kind of cool feminine kind of card. But again, all 3 of them different but cool. And again, once that's dry, that's going to start to look pretty cool as well. So that's great. So I like that. I like that one a lot. So once it's dry, it will kind of end up a lot more kind of rusty looking as well. So it looks great. Okay, right, I'll jump to the front camera. So thank you everybody for watching me tonight. This is my first live of a series of lives every Thursday. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for everybody. You got Brenda, Nicola, San Cards, Hazel. It's great to, if I've forgotten your name, or I'm going to read all the comments afterwards, so I will respond to anybody who asks me a question or I've missed it. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you same time next Thursday. So have a nice evening, everybody. And just remembered, I am on TV tomorrow at. I'm on TV tomorrow. I'm not going to say the time in case I get it wrong. So please do watch me tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, I think it's 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember. But that's fine because it's not about me. It's not about me telling you what I'm doing on TV. I'm just saying if you want to watch me again, you can watch me tomorrow. I'm doing something Halloween-esque, and also I'm going to be revisiting some of the MDF products as well. So take care and have a nice evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll definitely see you next Thursday as well. So take care, everyone. Bye now.